Let's dive into the complete narrated chapter of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before we get into the content of this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. That way you won't miss a thing. Now let's get to the video. Chapter 16 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is titled The Singular Point of Fate. Right side text, to rescue Gaara, Konoha heads to the hidden sand village. At that moment, what will Ada do? Page 1. Koji explains space-time ninjutsu, describing how it instantly teleports the user or their target to any location. He compares the ability to the flying Raijin technique and notes that it's one of the fundamental skills inherent to the Otsutsuki clan. Koji recalls how Boruto has manifested this power multiple times in the past. Koji further explains that Boruto's previous manifestations of space-time ninjutsu were not reproducible and occurred only once in specific situations. He emphasizes that, until now, the ability remained uncontrollable. However, after approximately 6 years, Boruto finally succeeded in mastering control over this power. Koji reveals that by infusing metal with his chakra and sensing it, Boruto can move instantly to any location. He refined this into a conscious ability, enabling free and deliberate movement. Page 2, Koji states, "That is the flying Raijin." Boruto, surprised, reacts. "Flying Raijin?" Koji confirms, "Yes, your grandfather. He named the technique mastered by the 4th Hokage, Minato Namikaze. But in truth, it's a different technique. You don't know the real flying Raijin." Koji continues, explaining, "While exploring methods to control space-time ninjutsu daily, you independently developed a variant of the flying Raijin that produces nearly identical results." Boruto, confused, asks, "I developed it?" Koji responds with admiration, "You're a genius." Boruto, feeling the weight of the responsibility, admits, "Right now, all I feel is pressure though." Koji explains that metal is the most suitable medium for chakra infusion, stating that this was the optimal solution Boruto arrived at after much trial and error. Boruto, looking at his sword, asks, "Metal, even this sword?" Koji confirms, "Of course, shurikens and kunai, even accessories and tableware can work. And as long as it's within visible range, the teleportation becomes more precise and efficient." Page 4. Boruto ponders, "Within visible range? So that means it's difficult to teleport far away?" Koji explains, "Let's say there are tagged shurikens located far to the north and far to the south from here. For instance, you sense the chakra in the medium and attempt teleportation. North or south, you wouldn't know which you'll arrive at." Boruto comments, "That does sound tricky." Koji adds, "That wouldn't fully utilize the conscience of the technique. That's why you came up with this idea." Page 5. The idea of using shapes. By using various shapes of metal as mediums and visualizing those shapes, you made it possible to accurately teleport to intended targets, even at great distances. Boruto, understanding, says, "In short, a dedicated means to teleport far away. So I just need to prepare various shapes of metal, right?" Koji confirms, "Exactly. However, teleporting to distant locations requires even greater concentration." Boruto reflects, so it gets harder the farther it is, huh? Looks like I need training. Listen up, Boruto. The theory and knowledge that your future self was supposed to build over years. You've gained it in just a few minutes. But knowledge is only knowledge. Until you can truly master the flying Raijin, don't forget that extraordinary effort is essential." Boruto, determined, responds, "No need to worry. Let's keep going. I've got a mountain of things I need to do." 7. Boruto questions, "What do you mean? If you can see both good and bad futures, wouldn't it be better to tell everyone and have them help steer things in the right direction?" Koji explains, "It's ironic, but the more people know, the more drastically the future changes." He continues, "Because they know they can no longer act as they did before knowing. As a result, the future branches out in complexity, becoming increasingly difficult. Yes, predictions become nearly impossible." 8. Koji elaborates, "It's already enough. The advantage lies in predicting what's ahead, up to the point where it no longer has meaning. Listen, knowing the future for better or worse is nothing less than destroying it. Koji warns, the more futures a person knows, the more they stray from the rails of destiny. They become an anomaly, causing the future to destabilize, a singularity. Boruto, intrigued, asks, a singularity? Explains, as singularities of fate, our goal is to quickly support the path toward a good future. Most people are better off not knowing the future. Our job is to guide the path to good from behind the scenes. Intrigued, Boruto says, we. Koji then responds, just like me, you are also a singularity of destiny. And then, page 10, the scene changes and we see Ida observing the conversation. Then Koji speaks directly to her. Koji says, sooner or later you will also see our conversation, won't you, Ida? Ida, using the Senrigan, says, destiny, a singularity. We see Ada, Daemon, Sumire, and Sarada together in the room. Sarada asks if Ida has discovered anything. Ida explains, the reason why Boruto doesn't say much is because he must have his own reasons for that. I think he's trying to make sure no unnecessary harm comes to any of you. He's deliberately acting this way. Sarada, thoughtful, says, that may be true, but he's always carrying everything alone. Sarada then says, it's konoha. He never stops trying. Even though we all know we're dealing with a common enemy, he refuses to stop. Hey, where is Boruto now? Sumire then joins the conversation, saying, Sarada, I think he doesn't want anyone to know. We're openly on his side, but we barely know anything about him. Page 13 and 14, Sumire says, but you know, I really think that because we don't know, that's why we're able to live with more freedom here in the village. Sarada, intrigued, says, President. Sumire continues, that's why I believe that what we should do now isn't go looking for him. Sarada then says, you saw it too, right? Boruto. He almost died, you know? It's very reckless of him to face people like that alone. Sumire responds, it may be that everything happened this way because of us, don't you think? Damon, in Ida's lap, looks at the girls while Sarada says, I don't believe this happened because of us. Sumire then says, why don't you think a little about it? About Boruto's feelings? Sarada is confused by what Sumire said. Sumire continues. Do you think he does this because he wants to? There are things he would like to say, but he can't. Have you ever stopped to think about that pain? Sarada says, President. Sumire then says, it's not just Boruto, even I have my feelings. Sumire says, you know, right? I like Boruto, and still it was you who ran to him first. Then we see a brief flashback of the moment when Sarada hugged Boruto. Sarada then looks at Sumire. Sumire, looking down, says, I think I understand Sarada's feelings. In that situation, it's no surprise you acted that way. But did you think about how I would feel? Sarada, in that moment, right in front of me, did you think a little about my feelings? Ada, observing the conversation between the two, thinks, the atmosphere is tense. It's so uncomfortable that I can't even move an inch. But shh, let them do this a little longer. Sorry. Why am I saying this? I shouldn't be saying this right now. That just watches in silence. Sumire then stands up and runs out. Sarada says, wait, President. How long are you going to keep calling me President? Sarada looks as Sumire walks out the door. Someone says, Ada, it's me, Shikamaru. Can I talk to you for a moment? Page 22. The scene changes and we see a conversation between the daimyo and the elders of the village. Ikkyu, Tento's father, says, what's going on? He must have made contact several times already. Honestly, letting someone escape after capturing them once. Even so, just a rogue shinobi or two, why can't they be dealt with? Homura says, sincerely, I have no excuses. Ikkyu continues, capture them quickly and resolve this. If that can't be done, then the appropriate person will need to take responsibility. Homura says, rest assured, Daimyo-sama, we will act fully in accordance with your wishes. I will ensure this matter is resolved. Page 23. The scene changes and we see Ida and Shikamaru talking. Shikamaru says, as for me, I'd rather avoid meeting and talking face to face. It slows my thinking when I look at you, but I don't want the sensory team to overhear. Ida says, but I like how cute you look when you're flustered. Shikamaru says, so what's the situation in the desert? Page 24. Ida says, unfortunately, just as you predicted, a new Shinju has emerged. Its name is Ryu. Its origin lies with that child from the desert. Shikamaru says, Shinki? Huh? Ida replies, and the target is the Kazekage. Shikamaru says, Gara? Ida continues, for now, he's sealed and in a safe state, but Ryu can undo the seal. Probably because it was their own technique. Shikamaru says, if we don't defeat Ryu, Gara will be in danger. We need to act immediately. Ida says, by the way, the footage we're seeing is from a few hours ago. It's not in real time. What? Ida says, there's a dangerous one among them. They can look back at me when I use Senrigan. It says, they have something like that? Some kind of ability? Who knows, but it gave me chills. If I'd kept watching, who knows what would have happened. Page 26. Ida says, sorry, but that's why I'll avoid observing them in real time. Shikamaru says, got it. Don't push yourself. Even past logs or anything else will work. Any info you find, report it immediately. It will help a lot. Ida says, and also about Boruto. You're the one who helped him escape, right? By using Mitsuki, you let Boruto get away. Shikamaru says, what are you talking about? Don't pretend to misunderstand, but don't worry, I'm not going to snitch. It would be inconvenient for me too. From chapter 14, there are things I don't plan to tell you, but I haven't lied. More than anything, I don't want to make things harder for Boruto. Don't worry about it. It's just something on my end. Although Kawaki has agreed to cooperate with him for now, at least, if you want to deal with the Shinju, you'd better not interfere with them. Shikamaru says, Boruto has a mysterious ally. Did you see him? Before, that guy approached me in the form of a frog. I recognize that frog. Kashin Koji. That's it, right? Page 29, someone says, you're sharp, Nara Shikamaru. As you said, that's right. We see it's Koji using a frog. He says, listen carefully. I'll just go over the main points. No questions. Understood? The frog continues, walking across Ida's hair. Send the following 3 to the land of wind. Sarutobi Konohamaru, Uchiha Sarada, and Mitsuki. Page 30, Koji explains, Ryu, or maybe Matsuri, should appear somewhere. Or maybe both, but work with the 2 sand ninjas and defeat them. Shikamaru says, wait, explain what's going on. Give me a reason I can understand. The frog responds, I already told you. No questions. If they don't understand, you'll need to think of a convincing reason for them. Shikamaru says, what? The frog then adds, one more thing. Don't let Uzumaki Himawari leave Konoha. She's being targeted by the Jura. If she leaves the village, it could attract their attention, and if that happens, she'll die. Page 31 continues. Fortunately, the Jura values Konoha's culture a lot. He wouldn't want to fight inside the village. Unless there's an extreme situation. While she's in Konoha, she should be safe for now. If by chance the Jura shows up somewhere, like in a bookstore, treat him just as a regular customer. Make sure to inform them about this. Shikamaru says, are you serious? The frog responds, this is no joke or game. Listen, the most important thing is don't provoke the Jura. If you can make him take things seriously, there won't even be a chance for us. Page 32. The frog, hopping through Ida's hair, continues. Don't let the Jura get involved. Use the minimum necessary force to defeat his companions. Now, go quickly. That's all I have to say. Good luck, Shikamaru says. Hey, wait. The frog says, thank you, even if belatedly, for helping with Boruto's escape. Although there are no guarantees, you defied the village rules and the will of your companions, following your own heart to act, doing what you believed was right, for the cause you believed was just. I don't force anyone. To move forward towards a better future, follow your own heart. Page 34. As the frog leaves, Shikamaru starts smoking a cigarette and says, this is a pain. This is a problem. Ida, in her thoughts, says, follow the heart. Could it be? Then we see Sumire deep in thought. Why did I do that? Pages 36 and 37, the scene changes. We now see Mitsuki, Sarada, and Konohamaru already in the sand village. Mitsuki asks, Sarada, are you okay? Sarada replies, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Konohamaru says, don't just stand there. The sand ninjas will laugh at you. Then we see Yodo and Araya. Araya asks, Konoha, sensei? Konohamaru responds, Yodo, Araya, is that you? Page 38, Yodo says, welcome to the land of wind. Araya then says, thank you for your cooperation. We're counting on you. Konohamaru says, nice to meet you. Let's go right away. Page 39, someone says, that area with the column-shaped rocks, the coordinates we've heard about are around there. We see Mitsuki, who says, Professor, where did the Eitokage get this information? Konohamaru says, I don't know. I've heard it's a reliable source. Yodo says, the atmosphere has really changed, huh? Sarada then says, huh? That's not it. Yodo says, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Page 40, Konohamaru says, there it is, the humanoid divine tree. Then we see a dead frog, while Matsuri and Ryu look at it. Matsuri says, what is this? This frog? Damn! It's resisting. Ryu says, clue. This connects us to Boruto. Final text of the chapter, the Suna and Konoha ninjas face the two powerful human gods with incomprehensible abilities. And that was the full narrated chapter of BORUTO 2 Blue Vortex 16. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. See you next time, and thanks.